This tiny island nation is smaller than New York City, but it's the wealthiest country in Asia and one of the richest in the world.
Its GDP per capita itself has surpassed the likes of the UK, the US, France, and other developed countries.
Thinking about an entire city built like this, basically you're talking about reforestation and urbanization as sort of one and the same.
Correct.
In every city I've ever lived in, green spaces felt like an escape. They were in the city, but not of the city. But here in Singapore, nature is always around you, and that's by design. A design that not only benefits our own species, but other species too. So what can we learn from Singapore? How do you design and build an environment where nature and urban life coexist and even thrive together?
Over 6 decades, Singapore has transformed itself from a colonial trading port to a buzzing financial center that's envied the world over.
Singapore is a tiny country, so tiny you can drive across the island in just an hour. Despite its size and lack of natural resources, Singapore's 5.6 million people enjoy one of the highest average incomes in the world, ahead of countries like Germany, France, and Japan.
These two photos tell a lot about Singapore's economy. In the left photo, we can see the mouth of the Singapore River and the city's general post office on the right. Now, the post office is the Fullerton Hotel, and many skyscrapers accommodate one of the world's top financial hubs. We can also see theaters on the Bay Esplanade.
On August 9, 1965, Singapore separated from Malaysia and became an independent nation.
They are out, but we will still do.
It was a small island with no natural resources, high unemployment, and a population squeezed into limited land.
Singapore is the only state to have been created by being forced out of another country. While countries may reluctantly accept that a piece of territory wants to secede, there are remarkably few instances where a country has actively wanted to get rid of part of its territory. Indeed, it's widely accepted that there's only one example of this in modern international politics: Singapore's expulsion from Malaysia in 1965.
Many doubted its survival, yet Singapore transformed from a struggling port city into one of the world's most well-designed urban spaces. This transformation wasn't accidental. It was driven by visionary leadership, especially under Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew. He believed that good governance and smart urban planning could turn challenges into opportunities. Singapore's leaders focused on creating a clean, organized, and efficient city that could attract businesses and improve the quality of life for its people. In the early years, Singapore tackled basic issues. The government launched massive housing programs through the Housing and Development Board, HDB, founded in 1960. Before this, many Singaporeans lived in overcrowded, unsafe slums. Within a decade, thousands of high-rise apartments replaced these slums, offering affordable homes with access to clean water, electricity, and modern sanitation. Singapore also invested heavily in infrastructure. The Port of Singapore became one of the busiest in the world, thanks to its strategic location and efficient management. Changi Airport, which opened in 1981, set new standards in airport design and efficiency, earning global recognition. Another key to Singapore's design success was its strict environmental policies. In the 1960s and 70s, Singapore launched a nationwide campaign to become a garden city. The goal was to integrate nature into urban life, making the city more livable and attractive. Tree planting drives, cleanup efforts, and strict pollution controls reshaped Singapore's landscape. Singapore's leaders also understood the importance of education and innovation. They established world-class institutions and attracted global talent, turning the city into a hub for research and development. The National University of Singapore, NUS, and Nanyang Technological University, NTU, became top-ranked universities, fueling the country's growth. Today, Singapore's skyline reflects its journey. Iconic buildings like Marina Bay Sands, Supertree Grove, and the Jewel at Changi Airport showcase the blend of modern design, sustainability, and efficiency. Yet, beneath the striking architecture lies decades of careful planning, strategic decisions, and a relentless drive for excellence. Singapore's remarkable design isn't an accident, it's a result of meticulous planning. When the country gained independence in 1965, its leaders faced a daunting challenge. Limited land, scarce natural resources, and a rapidly growing population meant Singapore had to innovate or risk failure. The government's response was a masterclass in strategic urban planning. The foundation of Singapore's design success lies in its long-term vision. The Urban Redevelopment Authority, URA, established in 1974, plays a key role. This organization develops comprehensive plans called the Concept Plan and the Master Plan. The Concept Plan, revised every 10 years, outlines Singapore's growth for the next 40 to 50 years. The Master Plan, updated every 5 years, focuses on detailed land use strategies. One of the most striking features of Singapore's design is its efficient land use. Despite its small size, just 728 square kilometers, Singapore supports over 5.9 million people. To achieve this, the city-state embraces vertical growth. High-rise residential buildings dominate the skyline, maximizing space while providing modern living conditions. Public housing, managed by the Housing and Development Board (HDB), houses more than 80% of the population, showcasing how well-planned urban design can meet the needs of millions. Effective transit system is another pillar of Singapore's smart design. The Mass Rapid Transit (MRT) system, launched in 1987, has grown into one of the world's most efficient public transport networks. Covering over 230 kilometers, the MRT ensures that almost every part of the island is accessible. Coupled with an extensive bus system, Singapore's public transport reduces traffic congestion and minimizes environmental impact. Singapore's focus on green spaces sets it apart from many densely populated cities. The City in a Garden vision, introduced in the 1960s, integrates nature into urban life. Today, nearly 47% of Singapore is covered in greenery, with parks, gardens, and rooftop vegetation woven into the urban fabric. Iconic examples include Gardens by the Bay and the Singapore Botanic Gardens, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Sustainability is at the core of Singapore's design philosophy. The Marina Barrage, completed in 2008, is a testament to this. It serves as a freshwater reservoir, flood control system, and recreational area, all in one. Singapore also invests heavily in renewable energy, water recycling, and waste management, positioning itself as a global leader in sustainable urban living. Singapore's zoning laws promote mixed-use developments, blending residential, commercial, and recreational spaces. This approach fosters vibrant communities where people can live, work, and play without long commutes. Areas like Marina Bay and Punggol exemplify this, offering modern amenities alongside scenic waterfronts. The Smart Nation program integrates the Internet of Things, IoT, big data, and artificial intelligence into daily life. This enhances everything from traffic management to public safety and healthcare services. Singapore proves that with vision, strategy, and determination, even the smallest nations can shape the world.